Hi, my name is Sam, and I'm going to walk you through the process of creating your brand guideline with 1Brand. One thing to note is that I'll be running through this using our basic subscription. At each step, I'll let you know what gets unlocked when you upgrade to 1Brand's Pro subscription as well, just so you have all of that information. So after you create your account, the first page you're going to see is this brand guideline creation path, basically asking you how you would like to create your guideline. You can either start with your website, which is what most of us are probably going to do, or if you haven't yet launched your website, you can start from scratch. This allows you to actually upload all of the assets you have manually. In the future, there will be additional ways to start creating your brand guideline. Let's go ahead and click on starting with your website. When this page loads, you're going to be asked to type in your brand's name and website. Once you do that, just click on Get Started. We'll begin the process of framing out your brand guideline. This usually takes no more than about 1 minute to complete. When it's done, you're going to see your logo pop up on the right-hand side of the page right here. If everything looks good with your logo, just hit Continue. The first thing that you're going to notice here is that the basic subscription is going to be limited to 3 colors, and also that the color translations are not going to be available. What the color translation does is allow you to choose between different color models. Why this is important we'll talk about in just a second. But in each one of the subscriptions, you'll actually have the ability to update all of the unlocked colors in different ways. You'll notice right here, for example, we choose fun names for each one of the colors, defaults everything to hex values, and then the hex value is going to be shown here. With color translations unlocked, or if you subscribe to Pro, you'll be able to switch to HSL, HSV, all the way down to CMYK color models, which will change the value here. If you click Update on the tile, you'll actually be able to change the color title. So let's say you don't like the purple heart. You can actually switch that to 1Brand purple if you'd like. And then you can add custom tags here. So this might be your primary brand color. So the default tags right here, you can choose brand and primary. Let's say this color is something that you also only use on your website. You can always add the tag website here for you. And click enter. And when you're done, click done, which will update the color's title here. If you unlock with your Pro subscription, you'll be able to also choose which values show up as options in the brand guideline. If you don't like a color, you can always delete it. And when you unlock to a Pro subscription, you also have the ability to add a color by clicking this plus. So next is going to be your logos page. The basic subscription only allows you to have one logo on your brand guideline. With this one logo, you're going to have the ability to edit titles and tags similar to what you saw with the colors. You can name the logo anything that is going to be relevant for you. So maybe this logo specifically is going to be the logo icon that you use for your favicon. So you can type in favicon here as the title for this logo to identify its use case. On the title tags, you can also say this is our logo icon by choosing one of these, pre-filled tags. You can also add custom tags, so favicon can be that custom tag. You hit enter, and when you're ready, you click done. Clicking update will allow you to actually adjust the logo clear space, which is important to identify which area around the logo you don't want anything else kind of infringing upon. By default, all of these sliders can be adjusted individually top or bottom, but you can also lock these so they move together, as well as add logo width, adjusting either individually or locking them so they adjust together. Best practice is to leave at least a 1.5 multiplier to make sure there's enough space around your logo. And when you're done, you just click done. Upgrading to Pro not only is going to allow you to add additional logos, so instead of just a logo icon, for example, you can add your logo mark. But you'll also unlock the ability to let us translate logo file formats for you. When you're ready, all you need to do is click on the Let 1Brand automatically create the right file type, and then the plus sign right here. And then you can just drag and drop your logo file. What we'd actually recommend is to upload an SVG file, because it's going to be the easiest for us to manipulate and create everything you need, from like your PDFs and your PNGs to your JPEGs, etc. When that's all done, you'll just get a message saying everything's ready to go, and the logo will show up right here for you. So once you're done with your colors and your logos, you're going to be taken to the typography page where we'll pull all of the fonts that we find on your site. Just like with your colors and logos, you're going to be able to customize your titles and tags. So in this particular case, we can say this is going to be H3. This is a primary font, but let's say it's also only going to be used for the blog. We can type that in and hit enter. When you're done, all you need to do is click done, and that information is saved for you. You also have the ability to view the different fonts that are within this family and see what they're used for. So we have the 400 normal version of the font. It's an H3 tag, and we're using it right now for web, mobile, print, and video. But maybe this font is actually only going to be used for web and mobile. You can actually very quickly and easily uncheck those boxes, and when you're done, save these changes. And what that does is, when your guideline is published, people will be able to see specifically what the use case of that font is. You'll notice once again that with the basic subscription, you'll only be able to unlock 2 fonts at a time. If you want to add additional fonts, however, upgrade to Pro and you'll be able to add up to 256 different fonts, and the process to do so is going to be pretty simple. All you need to do is click plus and then start typing in the font that you're looking for. So in this case, we're looking, let's say, for Open Sans. You'll see all the different options here. Simply choose which ones you want, click done, and then go ahead and go through the process of customizing those tags and titles and customizing those use cases. When you're done, just click finish and you'll be taken to your publish page. On your publish page, you'll be able to choose from several different covers to represent your brand guidelines, and you'll also be able to preview what they're going to look like before you publish. With your basic subscription, you'll be able to come over here and choose the primary brand color you want to represent your guidelines. So let's go ahead and pick this particular shade of purple right there, and you'll see all of the covers update. One important thing to note is with your Pro subscription, you'll actually be able to choose a different logo to feature on here. And you'll see these logos featured on the different sections of the different covers. But more importantly, you'll be able to make that logo transparent. Important if you take a look at these more solid colored or graphic covers, where you'll see the white background behind the logo that you don't necessarily want to be there all the time. Once you've finalized your color choices and your logo choices, all you need to do is publish, and you'll be presented with a link to share as well as an embed code to put into an iframe on your site if you want it to live directly on your website. With your agency account, you'll be able to manage your clients as well as your team. To do that, all you need to do is head over to the top right hand side of the page where it says agency, and let's go ahead and start with clients. From here, you can add a new client at any time by clicking New Client here, or if you need to add additional Pro client licenses, you can do so by adding client licenses here. If you have existing client licenses, you can assign them to your client brands using this option right over here, and at any time you can toggle between any brands that you have created already here, both your own as well as your clients. If you need to manage your team, just head over to Agency again, choose Teams, and from there you can see the team members that are currently on your account. In this case, you'll see myself since I created this account, you'll be able to set privileges for those team members, admin having full ability to control everything, including billing on the account, editors who'll be able to edit existing brand guidelines or create new brand guidelines, users, which is what you'll probably want to do if you set up your clients with access, but it only allows them to view guidelines before they're published. You can disable a user, and you can also delete a user. To add, all you need to do is click on New Team Member, type in a first name, last name, and an email address, and then click on Invite. You'll see whether or not that invitation is still pending, and if they've accepted, they'll pop up right in here.